So I think what we're doing here at St. Paul's is revolutionary. It's almost countercultural in a way. People used to sing in choirs all the time. Nowadays, very few people sing in choirs. So what we're doing is actually reinventing the culture of singing. We're reinventing the culture of education and really, going back to history to reinvent the best bits of what that being a chorister is about.
The choir school is poised to do some really important things. To have a place where young men are being prepared to enter into the world as a well-formed person is something that the world desperately needs.
One thing that strikes me is that they come away with an incredible sense of attention to detail. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of things they have to be attentive to. They've learned the patience that's required to do work at a high level as they're striving for excellence. They've also learned that patience and time and work pays off into a really beautiful product.
If a prospective parent were coming into the school, the first thing that I would hope that they would notice is the smiles of the boys and the camaraderie of the staff, because that environment is where education can thrive.
One of the best moments as parents is when the children sing all together as a choir. It's an amazing sound. If you hear them at Christmas or you hear them at Easter, it's shocking the first time you hear it. And also, what I think is great is the kids can still do other things. Students would sing and they'd still play sports. My son and his friends would still play baseball, they'd still play soccer, and on Sunday they'd sing.
We have a faculty here that is very mission-driven and collaborative in seeking what is best for the boys. And it really shows. I mean, it's a place that's academically excellent and where boys really are challenged to grow in virtue and to flourish.
My favorite teacher is I have 3.
The singing is amazing. I couldn't sing before I came to the school. When you come into the school, you're trained. You go in and you think, oh my gosh, I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna be the worst at singing. I've never done this before in my life. But when you go and you're a pre-chorister, you learn all the music and you learn what to do. And so then once you get into the choir, it feels natural.
St. Paul's completely changed my life for the music alone. It inspired me not only to sing for the 5 years I was here, but also to keep pursuing music after I left here, the piano and the organ.
Our boys go to very good high schools, public and private. From high school, they go on to some of our best-known universities. We have a number of choir boys at Harvard right now, at MIT, and other places that would be in the top 10 if you were to look at a list of best colleges around the country.
The best thing that we offer the boys is the small class size and the variety of classes with French and Latin, music composition, all these courses on top of the normal courses you'd have in grade school. So we benefit from our small size.
It is about pushing these boys forward as individuals. I think that's what you see in the choir, it's what you see in the academics, it's what you see in the performance.
Being a boy chorister is the greatest thing that can happen to your child. I know because I went through that process myself. It teaches you about skills that you will use later in your life, the moral, the ethical, the professional, the concentration, the literary standards.
I mean, to make friends is kind of like an understatement, because when you're here for all that time and doing everything with everyone, you get to know somebody really well, and it kind of feels like a family.
It's like a journey, but we don't leave anybody behind, no matter how they are, no matter what they do. Even if they're left behind. We accept everybody.
We accept everybody here.
As a father, what's the best for your son? And then when you see them in their first mass, or you see them, with their friends, you know that it's the right place for them.
Come on. Can we sing it again from beginning?